So now that we've talked about the types of setups, if we're going to use tables, we're going to take it outside using tape and on the floor or posters or desks in the classroom. We've talked about the various types of station rotation workstations: the flip, the practice, the independent, the teacher support, the peer feedback, and so on and so forth. Let's talk about the type of configurations we can have in our station rotation in-class flip approach. The first one is sequenced. Then there's also, we can use the looped configuration, the half and half configuration, and the mixed configuration. So sequenced in-class station rotation configuration is where we have a flip station, then maybe a practice station 1, practice station 2, and then an independent station, and basically students need to fulfill each task before moving on. They go through a sequence, and as they're going through a sequence, maybe the difficulty level increases as well. If you have many students, say 20 students, you can put them in groups of 5, so that's, you need 4 multiple copies of the same workstations. Here you can see all groups start at the flip station, and they move on to the practice station, and if you have any other stations, they keep on going. This configuration is great when you're teaching new content. So all students start off with the flip station and they move up, and hopefully the difficulty level increases. You can have various types of activities in your practice stations, like we talked about, from course books to props to games to flashcards to worksheets, and you increase the difficulty level as you're going along. We also have the loop configuration. You can have the flip station outside the loop or inside the loop, depending on what you want to do. For example, here I have a looped configuration adapted from Ramirez and C.Buitrago. They have the flip station outside in this example, which means your students can start at any workstation. Hopefully the difficulty levels are the same. If they want to access the flip station for revision, or some students want to access the flip station, they can, or they can go straight into the practice workstation and move around to the various workstations until the loop is closed. If you want to use the loop configuration, having the flip station inside, maybe to present new content, they can start from the flip station and they can go around in the loop. Half and half. This is a great way to have if you have mixed ability groups. Something Ramirez and C.Buitrago mentions is that it's always good to have up to 16 students in the class for a half and half configuration, where you have half the class on a flip station or a practice station and the other half class with the teacher. It's a good option when you want to provide teacher feedback, apart from peer feedback. And maybe this option, the half and half configuration, is great if you have complex content. Another configuration is the mixed, where you're mixing flip stations with practice stations, and the students just choose which stations they will visit. Make sure you have clear learning outcomes. You can use rubrics for assessment, checklists, lists to help students make sure they understand what success looks like. Finishing off, I just want to touch on the problems using in-class flip. Well, many teachers fear that there's a lot of chaos and it's quite messy. We say that if you organize your content and you've timed it correctly. The messy is always going to be there, but that's active learning and that's student-centered learning. So in a way, it's what type of a teacher you are. Also, some teachers believe that the kids lack problem-solving skills. Well, if you facilitate and you guide your students accordingly, have proper instructions, slowly they will learn to solve problems and inquire and research. Some teachers believe that students aren't self-regulated learners and they can't be autonomous. We say that you can teach self-regulation and how to be autonomous. Hopefully, you should have super clean instructions, and slowly you will see that the preparation time decreases because you can have a lot of reusable content as well. So basically, we believe that in-class flip is the best approach to flip your content, to have active learning going on and planning for student-centered approach.